Black codes, what is it? It's the spark of the thought that takes root. The aspect of free thought in a world that tries to stop the spread. 10 toes down, front line for the people. We speak life to those that can and will hold that power. Of course, if it don't apply, let it fly. But if you take offense, then obviously we're talking to you. So welcome, have a seat, and join the discussion, because class is in session. Black Codes, Foundation 101.
This is Foundation 101, presents the Black Codes. Everybody, introduce yourself.
Dex, Chef Z,
D to the OT.
I'm Frank Starfire.
What up? What's this white dude? We're pretty cool. And I'm kind of seeing this view on things now. And the conversation was about seeing color. I get it. A lot of people's view is different when it comes to color, but I'm saying you should appreciate someone else's culture. Or I get it, like saying I see color, you just see them as a person, but it's different people. I'm going to do different things. So it's just nice to learn something different. So then his explanation was, well, he said, I just see you as a person, I treat you as a person. I said, it's not true, man. Because if you believe that, then you wouldn't call me nigga. It wouldn't be in your vocabulary. Mm-hmm. And this is a white dude again. So like the discussion was about nigga. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, it's just a word, blah, blah, blah. And then his mother in the backseat was just like, now the day before she was calling the Indian people dots. No, I'm not saying it's all about racism, but this just shows like some people really don't think that there's a problem. Right. So they're talking and he's like, she explains that he calls his brother nigga all the time. So in my head I said, so you're saying that you don't see color, but you still say nigga, which has to pertain to black people, or that's a black person's word. And I was like, and we just went back and forth and all this, and then his response was like, I understand what it's like to be black. I said, no, you don't. Wow. You can sympathize, but you do not understand. He goes, I do. He's like, I've been oppressed, I've been poor, and I was like, that alone explains that you don't understand. And it's like, that's where somebody's mind is right now. And it's like, you never know where that kind of conversation is going to come from. So are you prepared? Like, yeah, I was dumbfounded, but it's just like, as the man I am, because on a part of that conversation, he was like, I don't believe I have to explain race to a black man. So I was just like, where are we going with this conversation now? Are we still debating, or are you still trying to understand me? Or how do I handle this?
I can't lie, I'm befuddled.
It's nasty that he refers, like, just because he's been poor, he's been oppressed, that he equates that with being black.
Right. That's like, that's
a little offensive.
That's what.
If that was my week, I would have lost a friend. Straight like that.
No, if that was my week, I would have caught a body.
I would have definitely.
I get a lot of we missed you, brother.
Definitely lost a friend.
I don't know where you was, God, but I didn't know.
I was watching.
I was watching.
I thought you had it handled.
No, but it was so crazy because like I even asked him I said, what would you do if a cop pulls you over? He's like, I'm expecting a cop to pull me out of my car. I'm nervous. I said, yeah. I said, a cop has pulled me out of my car. How about that? And you really think you're on that level? So
I hope that stumped him.
He couldn't continue the argument, but the idea was like people need to keep. You can't keep ignoring it. Color exists. Different people are going to exist. There's a problem in this world that we fear knowing that there's difference. We don't know how to handle being different. And I think to me that's an issue. And that's what causes this fear, the unknown. We just keep ignoring it. So how can you ignore something that needs to be fixed? And when you going to fix it if you keep ignoring it?
What's the deal, man? What's up with Kanika? Let's talk about Kanika's situation.
Ooh. I don't know what's up with Kanika, honestly.
It's a cold story, bro.
It is. Well, we need to figure out what the real story is. But what's out right now is what's really true. This shit is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Like, that's a wild story. I don't think her friend set it up. I don't think that's the truth.
I don't know. Like, and that's the thing that gets me. Like, there's like, this is genuinely a real mystery at this juncture.
But at the same time, she's dead though. Like,
right,
we know
and that's the part that no matter what, you have to come back to that. This young lady is now gone. The mother has lost her child. Like, and, across the board, like that's a problem.
But to me, go ahead.
Sorry, bro. I just had to implement because it bothers me every time I hear this story, hearing so many different directions. I hate playing conspiracy theorists. But my question is, why all of a sudden was it this story? I understand, like, this young lady losing her life is crazy. But to talk about distraction in the media and stuff like that, this is another dead woman, not just a dead woman, another dead woman. And the way she died is so messed up. But what sparked this in the media like this? What set flame to it? Because nobody's paying attention, but Chicago's death rate is now 482.
But they always had a high death rate.
But that's what I'm saying. New. So,
but it's just like old news. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's not talked about. Because who don't know? If you talk about Chicago, people think immediately Chirac. You know what I'm saying?
And they go, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. We all know it's crazy, but this story is also crazy too. Like,
but during that week of her death, 11 people died. 11 people in Chicago. Mm-hmm. So that's what you. I don't know if y'all remember that whole big craze when it was just like, what color's the dress, blue or gold? Mm-hmm. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
It was for a hot minute. It just
vaguely.
It just ran. It was on everybody's. Everybody's like, oh no, I see blue. Everybody, I see gold. Yeah. Now I'm not taking away from this girl's. Like, I don't want to say that, but I'm saying like we need to overnight because there's different stories now on media. Oh, she didn't walk to the freezer by herself. Oh, there's a shadow behind her. Oh, she locked herself in the freezer.
Oh, it's big because it's also being portrayed as a rape, also.
But they already said they seen the body and she hadn't been raped.
And I mean,
that's why it got big before all that came out.
But we got to be real here. I don't know how freezing a body, what that might do to any evidence you might recover.
It was
first, you know what I'm saying?
But to me, the way that hotel is reacting makes me think it's not some like gangbanger type shit. Like, if it was just a simple, oh, these niggas set so and so up, the hotel wouldn't be so. Like, they don't want to release the videos of the night and things of that nature. To me, that makes it seem like, oh, so what's really going on here? Like, I feel like it's a little bit deeper than what people think.
But I'm also hearing that somebody that worked in the hotel is in on it also. So that could be a reason why.
Well, I heard she got him done in the room. But
and I think the fact that it was so social media, I think that's the real part of it that's really kind of grasping everybody, is that while the body count in Chirac is going to be astronomical, as he said, that's kind of old news and that those aren't really broadcasted. This one kind of was. And I think that allows for a lot more attention to it because we can kind of see it firsthand, so to speak. Now, it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's bad and good, you know what I'm saying? But either way, hopefully they find out what happened. I hope it's not some organ harvesting ring. And
honestly, that's what I think.
I mean, I wouldn't listen. Truth is, I don't believe anything is out of the realm of possibility. Not in this weird ass world, man. So
that's just that. But it's just sad that another life was taken. Unfortunately, that's the crazy part.
10 years old.
Yeah,
so much life to live.
And on let's I want to talk about real quick the cop. Well, the former police officer that was just acquitted of murder in St. Louis.
Mr. Jason Stokely.
Yeah, the judge apparently was not convinced of the white officer's guilt. You know what I'm saying? So, but what it says is here, a Missouri judge on Friday acquitted a white former police officer charged with fatally shooting a black man and planting a gun in that man's car following a high-speed chase. Protesters streamed into the streets of St. Louis after ex-cop Jason Stockley was found not guilty in the death of 24-year-old Anthony Lamar Smith. And shout out to the Smith family, to the family of the deceased. You know, it's a sad state of affairs when you can really get away with murder and it's all right. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I keep saying, man, it's all right in this country for you to be a fucking Nazi, but you cannot be black for some reason. Like, it's
but why do you think he waived his right for a jury? He wanted to get just
because listen, man, I'm not.
And the judge knew.
I'm not naive enough to believe that that quid pro quo does not happen. I'm not foolish enough to believe that he wasn't gonna get a fair trial. Like, I knew he was gonna get a fair trial because, you know. Yeah, I mean, like, come on.
That's madness. And like, people don't expect us to answer to that. Like, we're out here, we're getting this picture painted on us, and every time, oh, they're rioting, they're going crazy. Wouldn't you? If you're dying and you can't do nothing, like, can you imagine getting gunned down in the street legally? And then you expect me to be, black people die every day, black on black crime, this black on. You are shooting me legally. I'm going to jail, or I may get away for a while. But you are legally waiving your right to take me out. That's it. And it's just like, how do you respond to that? What are we supposed to do every day? That's my life. That is what I go through. How do I be great today? Yeah. I have to worry about the cops. I have to worry about my boss. I have to worry about the streets. Anything. How like a black man in America or a mixed man in America? Like, people don't think it's about race, or I don't see race. That's a problem. That is a problem, because there's people going through things, and if you ignore it, that's what it means to not see race or color. There are different people. That's why people can't handle when Africans want to promote themselves, or black people want to promote themselves. It's like, who are you? Why you gotta be better? When have we ever just said we're better? We just want to do great. Why does the system have to be created this way to try to destroy us as a people? We celebrate every culture. We celebrate every history. But name an African god. You can't. Name an African king. Maybe you can name one or two, but it's just like, there was women pharaohs. This is my life. And people are not willing to go the distance to understand my culture. To understand this is part of me. Why I should, even black people within themselves, you do not ask why I should be proud of who I am. We're too busy going out there and taking what's given to us. A man said that to me at the job. Do you ask? Yeah. You go and you search for these answers. Like, and I feel like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to snap like that, but it's just like, it frustrates me because, you know, I try to have patience every day. I don't want to show aggression. But like, it's like people want that from you. They want to poke you. You've had enough. You've been beaten up enough, but that's not enough for their entertainment. Right. We don't have value but entertainment value. I'm not going to help y'all build on TV unless you make me laugh, unless you wear a dress, unless you portray my point of view, unless you dance. Why can't I just have knowledge to give to somebody? And I got to rhyme it? That's the only way you're going to listen?
Block syndrome.
And it's just like, what? As a people, where are we going? Have y'all realized this, or is it just me just flipping out? Because like I feel like this.
Eventually, we're just gonna end up turning up after this happens too many times, and I don't feel like you're gonna need to wait too long because it's getting crazy. It's getting out of hand for real. Like, we could always talk about this. This happens all the time. We could just.
Now, why do we allow it to happen? You know what I'm saying? Like,
because like you said, they're doing it legally. How can we?
So what would it?
We can't do what they do legally, and that's really what it is.
So what would it take for us to? What would it take to like talk to every head of every? You know what I'm saying, and try and get them to have an accord where they don't go on each other. We band together. Like how could that work?
No,
you don't believe so.
No.
Yeah, you don't think the gangs could should. Listen,
what do you mean by?
I don't know, man.
Actual gangs,
like actual gangs.
Gangs will probably unite over shit like this.
But gang members to be our heroes.
I'm not talking about be our heroes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But hey, it's a ready-made army.
Is it?
Is it? They just need structure and politics, structure and money.
Gangs
it'll take a few years and some serious people.
Yeah, that's what I mean is like, because the truth of the matter is, like, in that inherent system of gang life, you have an inherent brotherhood.
Because people in gangs be pussy too.
That's true.
So you can't really just go over gang membership. You got to go by real life heart.
I mean.
And then someone who's in a gang is not of the mind to be
that too
led.
they are the mind to be led, but they aren't the mind to be socially conscious, socially aware, and try to want a social change. They're living in a culture where they already go with what they're doing. They don't give a fuck about none of what they're talking about.
It's daily culture.
Mind you, it's just an idea. You know what I mean?
I get it, but it just you gotta find. We had to come at you because you gotta find the right people within the gang. I get you because certain people in the gang could be, you know what I'm saying,
beneficial,
conscious.
Yeah, I think all we really want from them is guns. When we can get guns ourselves,
and that's the thing. We do the paperwork. Stop already made army. Exactly.
The mentality of a goon is what he was trying to say.
Or more so the idea that perhaps we can appease, get them to like try and get us to stop gunning down each other. You know what I'm saying? Just basically an accord where we don't
just gang.
You know what I'm saying?
The cops are the biggest gangs.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm only talking about, like I said, gangs are generally formed in an environment when a collective feels completely disenfranchised and they desire to ascend to greater wealth or attainment, right? But if you present the concept that attainment to your entire species and your entire people is attainment for you as well, that's a greater good to fight for, is what I'm saying. Like, and I guess I wonder, is it ever possible for them to be able to see it in that way? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I can't condone gang violence or gangs at all. I know several of them. You know what I'm saying?
It's not even a big thing about gangbanging. If you gangbang, whatever. But also, you got to think about people who do gangbang. Like, most of them been through situations where it's like, one, they've been in jail now. So if they do anything crazy, like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? They can go right back. So they might be hesitant to try and go against the government because it's like, you know, that's what it really is, going against the government.
To a degree.
So it's like, they're going to be like, you're bugging. I already went through mine. Maybe if I had a clean record, but especially now, you're not catching me doing nothing like that. So it just depends on the situation.
What we need to stop situations like this from happening is a solid political voice. So that
like you said,
there's an actual consequence for these cops doing this. Because what it is they're doing it and they're getting acquitted. We need to make sure these cops don't get acquitted. Right. And only people who can do that is politicians to put legislation in to prevent them getting away with stuff like this. A measure
that makes it a complete and utter Class A felony for you to murder wantonly as a police officer any black man.
I feel like people are going to
black man.
I feel like the thing is like,
salute, brother.
They have a gun with 2 clips on them, I think, and then they have an assault rifle. They have all that. So what I'm saying is, you have all the police training. We're putting in money. Everybody's saying that, it's fair, it's fair, it's fair. You have options, so you should have to pay a fine to pull that gun. Pay a fine of $500 or something. It sounds crazy. I was like, they're cop. That's the profession. Your profession is to protect me, and just for the black people. Just put it that way. Right now, this is a display of this not being okay. And for us as a people, we need to all hold these cops accountable for when they do something like this. A fine of $500. They do it in the NFL. I flip somebody off. That's what, $2,000.
True.
You pull your gun. That means you have to take a life, attempt to take a life, put your life is in danger, or you have to defend yourself. But you have a stun gun, one that shoots 50 feet, whatever. Delivering 500,000 volts, 50, whatever it takes to put you down.
Right.
So why is it that so many black people are getting shot? Yeah, there's videos of cops getting shot. Blue Lives Matter is now a thing, but it's just like it's an option to put that jacket on. You're going out there for a reason. That's your job. You can take it off, and you're not Blue Lives Matter, or you're just not in uniform. Whatever your cop, whatever the credo is. But what I'm saying is, right now, within this display of black people getting killed, I matter. I'm a black man who's not okay with this. And I ask you to stand to your profession.
Protect and serve, man.
I don't feel protected, and I definitely don't
They're
feel
more
scared.
scared.
I feel nervous.
That's the credo.
They claim that they're more scared, always in fear for their life.
I would too if I was doing something wrong.
But it's
wouldn't
like,
you?
what did you sign up for? You're a cop. Crazy shit can happen at any time. So if you're just out here thinking that you could just pop anybody just because you think shit gonna get real, you shouldn't be a cop. Like you said, there's stages to it. Like they're supposed to calm you down first. They're supposed to like come through, de-escalate the situation. But no, it's already gun on hip. Give me your ID. I said, give me your ID. Be like, yo,
Don't question
what
me,
happened? Like,
What
you didn't even ask me, am I good?
Did you see the
Am I
video?
good? Do I got my...
Dude who went live and was asking the cop why he rolled up on him with his gun out.
I ain't see
Yeah.
that.
Yo, he really like he straight flipped on him and was chastising him in the video. Like, yo,
That's
you rolled
some
up on me
shit.
because I freaking didn't signal when I turned, and you walk up on the car with your gun out. That warranted you to walk up on me
You
with your
can't-
gun
you
out.
can't be in
You
that
feel
much
big?
shit.
Like he really like.
And,
can't be in that much
and it's not like 2 shots, 3 shots. It's like 5, 6.
They empty the clip.
There's no comment.
can't
They
be
want
that
no
scared.
witnesses. I don't care if I was wrong. You're not. I don't want you waking up and being like, "Look, man, this blah 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 blah." Because, and I feel like that right there shows just murder intent.
Cops are pawns.
That's one way of looking at it. And you know, so moving away from that, I want to also address and give a big round of applause to Jamel Hill, ESPN Zone. You know what I mean? I want to thank you for not only holding the president accountable to his dumb shit, but also standing up. You know what I'm saying, and being a voice. You know what I'm saying, and the fact that your organization that backs you didn't have your back. You know what I mean? Is quite frankly, it's reprehensible. You know what I'm saying? But this is the young lady. You know what I mean? It's a powerful sister right here.
Shout out to Jamel Hill.
You know what I'm saying?
It's even greater that she actually used her platform when so many don't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and we gotta applaud that because that's because quite frankly she's a prime time Sports Center analyst. You know what I'm saying? The fact that she's a black woman makes her a target for such vitriol, like on Twitter. Like if a white sportscaster is wrong about a play or whatever, they disagree with him. They call him out on it or whatever. When they do it to her or Stephen A. Smith or whoever, it's automatically you porch monkey this, you nigga this, you gorilla this, blah 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 blah. Like what the entire fuck? Like that's fat.
That's all
man.
they got.
Yeah, man.
That's their only sense of defense.
Yeah, she went in like hell. She knows sports and she bad. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Word.
That's unfortunately that's how that go. But we gotta figure out ways to like change that. That shit is wild. Like
Yeah, you have to wake up. Like you have to open your eyes. Bro.
at any level.
That's
It doesn't
Like,
matter.
it's-
It doesn't matter.
because you
could
can't
be on
become
TV.
normal people.
You could be just a regular person in the street. You're gonna catch it because that's just how society is made.
One
Like,
day you're just gonna wake up, it's gonna be too late. So when you stand up, man.
that's why I don't be caring, to be honest. Like all that nonsense, I don't even worry about them, bro. To be honest, like
10 toes down.
because but it's just like if you keep worried about them, you're not even gonna live your life. You're gonna be mad shook, and it's just like once you're off the clock, you're just like me. So I'm not gonna be afraid of you.
And the funny thing is, I've worked in a job where you meet a lot of cops. I worked at 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I find out about cops, at least in the neighborhood I was growing up in, or I was living in, I should say, they come in, they drink their coffee, they like, hey, man, and most of them was just like, man, I hope don't shit happen tonight. I just want to go home and drink my beer I got in the fridge. I just want to go home. I'm tired. I've been on a 12-hour shift. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my 37th cup of coffee. Like,
but it's not the individual that's the problem.
Exactly. It's the system.
And I'm sorry, I was waiting for somebody to hit the system. I saw this thing that, like, this is gonna sound corny, goofball, whatever you want to call it. It hit me so deep. There was these cops in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
There was this man trying to commit a suicide against police.
Mm.
What that means is you bring a gun and you go head to head with the police and you have to make them kill you. My man was driving. They pulled the car over They said he has a gun. They opened the door and they all dove in on him. Mm-hmm. And they just grabbed the gun. They threw it outside. They said, look, if you don't relax, you're getting tased. Tased the man, and they dragged him out and held him down. That shit hit me so deep. And I just want you to know, this is what I'm trying to tell you, like, when I'm waking up every morning, what my mindset is. It hit me so deep because I was like, they knew he was going to hurt somebody. He was going to shoot somebody. Right. You know, was it Fernando Castillo who told the cop he had the gun? Right. He had the gun. Mm-hmm. They knew he had a gun. This dude in Alaska, they knew what he was trying to do, and they jumped on him so they didn't have to take his life, right. Stopping a suicide and a murder at the same time.
You know, and I just want to shift focus real quick to something I forgot about, and it's kind of weird to me. And I don't know if anybody else heard about this. Did y'all hear about the indigenous tribe in Brazil somewhere that was murdered by a bunch of gold miners? Like the entire tribe, like wiped out so they could get at their gold.
I don't even know where you would hear that.
This was in the news.
On the Daily Bongo.
This was in the news. This was news. How did y'all?
What channel?
I read the newspaper.
Oh yeah,
you know.
I see the newspaper like cold, bro.
Yo, look, I got
I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, this actually happened. Like almost an entire village was like wiped out, and and like you said, I ain't hear about it. I heard about it. You know what I'm saying? And
it's disgusting.
And that's freaking terrible, man. That is.
And who are we? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, all right. Just from a person standpoint, I want it. I'm gonna go get it. At what cost? You don't care. You don't care. Somebody's life. That's the price you put on that person's life.
It's terrible.
Whatever they protecting. And they didn't even know they was probably protected. They probably just everyday living.
They're just living. You know what I'm saying? Just they don't care about its gold. They chilling. They got what they need. And
that is fucked
up. But listen,
but this is legal killing.
Yeah,
that's even more fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? So
like, damn, I can't even do nothing about that. Like he said.
What do you? So that's not even. I don't know. I don't mean to whine about it, but that's not fair. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not
none of these
fair.
cops that begin with is not fair, and I just wow shit. I ain't even gonna talk about it on camera, but these cops be tripping. Know that.
Damn, man.
Wow.
But you know, I don't know.
Speaking of cops, we could switch it to incarceration. One time for the one time, like, that's another reason why this shit is on another level.
The metal box of truth.
Yeah,
the metal box of truth. That's what they call jail.
The metal box of truth.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Now, some people say they learn the best lessons. They be like, jail saved my life. Jail was the best thing because they'd be like, it gave them time to reflect on everything. Yeah. I mean, certain people do grow from it. I'm not gonna say everybody, but I'm pretty sure some people have like.
Well, I'll tell you what, we will touch on that when we come on back, and we're gonna welcome our boy Ace onto the panel for that discussion.
Definitely.
And word up. And we want to welcome y'all back, and we want to welcome, as always, our brother. Introduce yourself to the
Cutter.
You know what I mean? That's our brother right there. You know what I'm saying? And for the first time on the panel, you know what I mean? I want to everybody give a warm round of applause for our brother Ace.
Production man.
It's our producer more often than not. You know what I'm saying? He's the guy behind the scenes,
the real juice,
keeping us in line, and you know what I mean, make sure we don't go too off the rails. You know what I'm saying? But
first of all,
Bob,
what's good with you, man? What's good?
I'm chilling, man. You know, I'm chilling. Every day I'm chilling, man.
What's going on with you?
Honestly, life crazy. Life is a struggle for me, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like what we pretty much going to talk about, life is like that for me. Every day I'm trying to just better myself. You know, I walked down a crazy path and I dealt with crazy things. So now my life is trying to better myself, and it's hard.
Hell yeah.
And it's hella hard. If it's hard for the average dude, believe that it's hard for me. You know what I'm saying?
Tell us why.
Well, I already got 2 felonies, and I got like maybe 3 misdemeanors. Misdemeanors you don't be tripping, but when they stack up, they start getting annoying. So I got 2 felonies and 3 misdemeanors, and they crazy annoying to my life.
I can only imagine, bro.
Yeah, tell us how. What happened? What's preventing you to do? What's preventing you from doing?
Man, getting jobs. Getting jobs is so hard. You know, like to be honest, to my style, I don't really care about, like, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I don't care about voting and all the other things. But the things that really gonna better me, like getting insurance or getting financial aid or getting like little things. Yeah. Getting a job, even go getting a car, they'll bring that up. That issue comes up all the time with me, you know what I'm saying? All the time, yo, what's your background like? And even when people just when I'm dealing with police officers all the time, like if I get pulled over, it's a whole different, like I don't just get pulled over, I got it. My whole thing, especially if they think I got probation or something, or I'm on parole, that's a whole nother. I'm gonna sit you down for another 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Another 10 minutes of your time. But lately it don't really happen. They bless me because I'm not really causing no. Like I say, I just be chilling.
And that's the sad part, because it'll really make a person change, and then you still get treated like, you know, like how you were in the past,
like you a dirtbag. Yeah, like it's the worst feeling. Feeling.
See, prison was supposed to be like a rehabilitation thing. Like when you was in there, do you think that it was rehabilitative?
Rehabilitative?
Yeah.
We just don't. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Facts. No, to just get into it. I know a lot of brothers and sisters that's gonna feel it. Like, there was no. I didn't even. Like, let's say my first time. Let's say the first time I went into jail, I came out just like Johnny Depp said in Blow. I came out with a master's in pushing more drugs or just going for it all. How about that? Like, I came out with a master's in going for it all. You know what I'm saying? By any means, nothing was gonna stop that. And then my second time around, I would say, it was a different type of learning experience, because that was a time where I wasn't getting nothing from them. It was just a checkpoint in my life where it's either you gonna keep doing this, or you're gonna change your whole thing, because you're gonna keep coming back here and it's gonna get worse. They not trying to like sit you down, give you courses to better your life. Maybe you get like, you're not getting no anger management courses or anything like that, but you know what I'm saying? So most of the times it's just brothers in there talking amongst themselves, coming up with schemes amongst themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a crazy statistic on them, like how fast fools get out of jail and go right back. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's less than a year, like and you either end up in jail or you end up dead. So with that statistic out there, how are they rehabilitating anybody? You know what I'm saying? But brothers that keep coming out, it's like, all right, how about this? It's kind of like crazy to say that a jail is a place for like rehab or whatever when they got probation and parole. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's a slap in the face if you really understand what probation and parole is for. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you on parole and I pull you over, and let's say I'm a police, I'd never be that, but let's say I'm a police officer and you get pulled over, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, let's say you're not even driving, but you in the car and you get pulled over. That gave them the right to go through the whole car. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter if you drive and you in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could go through your whole car. You on probation, they could go through your whole crib. And if, let's say you on probation, that's where you, like, there's a word for it where you when you get out, you parole out, like to parole somewhere. Like, I'm gonna parole at my grandmother's house. Right. Let's say you doing mad dirt after you parole out, and you're not doing anything in your grandmother's house. They gonna go through that house and disrespect all her heritage, everything that she prays to, just to find whatever, you know what I'm saying, or however it is. Even if you're not doing nothing on the streets, so you might be a suspect or something.
So all right. So when it says, so to me it sounds like And this is foul because because of any mistakes you've made now, like if say we in a car with you know what I'm saying, that because of the way they got you, it puts basically all of us in the eye of the storm.
It puts you in a set, like, you ain't gonna get, it's not like they gonna trip on you. Right. They might tell you stand on the side. Right.
But they gonna violate you.
Yeah, but they gonna go through your car. Like
Right.
if I was sitting in the back seat or something. Like let's say it was a crime. Let's say a crime happened in the neighborhood, and like they want to do the whole "you fit the description" thing.
Right.
Man, they going through that car. I mean, now, and once they find out you on parole, if you on parole, and I'm just speaking on brothers that are dealing with that, I'm not on parole.
Right.
I just had 2 felonies, you know what I'm saying? But for brothers that's on parole and on probation, that's what they be dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like piss tests and all that stuff. I think all that stuff is like extra. A man can't function and think straight. Like I'm about to go get a job, but on the 3rd of every month, I gotta make sure I'm Gucci.
Right.
Like, and if you drunk, let's say you drank or some shit, it depends on your probation officer. They give access to probation officers to violate you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta go up against a probation office after you a probation board before you, like, even if you deal with the court, you gotta deal with a probation board right out. Like they happen. You see in 2 type of courts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you might get love in one, but your probation board might violate you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like give you 5-10 years. Like brothers be on 15 years on parole and probation and shit like that.
And that's basically just
Man,
like outpatient prison.
The big homies used to say it's like a leash on you. You know what I'm saying? I constantly got hold of you. I'm holding you down no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I got access to you no matter what.
You know what?
You feel me?
So every dude I know that's ever been on parole, or they say the same.
It's the worst thing ever, bro. And that's just me knowing brothers that, like, I prayed when I was like, if I had got my first charges that they was gonna give me, then I would have got parole because I would have went to state prison. You know what I'm saying? But because it dropped down, boom, 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 the system real corrupt.
Oh, absolutely.
Real corrupt.
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? We all know. I'm gonna shout my first shout out since I'm on the show. I'm out here is Michelle Alexander. You know what I'm saying? She wrote the new Jim Crow law. Let's show that joint out here real quick. Please go get this joint. This joint is powerful. It's about to tell you how through the generations, how the system is just constantly just effing people over, and some of it don't even got to do with jail. Like men are dying through like the first Jim Crow and all that stuff. Like it's just a constant system that's going over and over and taking our young brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Man, I'm speaking on our young brothers. It's because especially the way things are set up. You know, like war on drugs and all that stuff. Like the way things are set up, where they're narrowing in on certain situations. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely whack.
That's just saying that, you know. I think we all know at least 1 or 2 people that have been in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like I personally can say I'm blessed. I've never been in prison. You know what I'm saying? I got a few misdemeanors under my belt. You know what I'm saying? But I always knew, like, yo, I don't want to go to prison because I know it's probably really not an environment for me. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks because, and especially because of the numbers game as far as how much it affects our people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we make up some 70-80% of the prison population. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we couldn't keep you slaves, but we got you anyway. Like, and that's how I see it. Like,
they couldn't keep us as private slaves,
right? You know what I'm saying? So now they just. Let me ask you: Did you have a job while in there? Because I know that a lot of prisons, and I don't know how much about the state prisons, but I know there are a lot of privately owned prisons that utilize like their prison population for like customer service jobs and things like that. So like if you're called, like say I'm calling Verizon, I'm not calling Verizon giving them my information. I'm calling a prison to discuss my customer service needs and speaking to a prisoner and providing my information. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really something that actually happens in a corporate structure, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because prisons
are all about money.
Yeah, I mean.
One of y'all, did I get to see the movie, The 13?
You know I saw it, bro. You know I saw it.
Yeah, that was.
Shout out Miss Ava. Miss Ava
D, right?
Yeah,
Miss Ava.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, that documentary kind of pointed out exactly how they made, mass incarceration of a political and a legislative thing. If you look at the 13, remember it deals with property then the state owning you as a property once you become incarcerated.
Right.
So in essence, what happened is you couldn't hold people as slaves anymore. But if you were incarcerated or in prison, then you were the same or equal to as if they owned you.
Right.
So what they do is they kind of like fund it into a private system. So people who are privately invest in the prison system, they get paid off of the labor that's being done within the prison. Now you said, did you have a job in the prison system? Or if you did have a job, you already know that you're only getting paid 10 pennies to the dollar.
Right.
So you're being forced to do this labor that on the outside someone might make $20 doing or anything like that. So then people are making, you got that's probably like 1,000% increase off of the labor that they're investing into the prisons. So it's like it becomes like a political move. So when you say someone, a young black male has a crime, has a felony on his record, well, not even a felony. We can just say misdemeanor for anything that's in there. For any labor that you put into the system, they're getting paid off for it. And once you get out of it, you're kind of like neglected from the system itself. Like you said, you lose voting rights and things like that. Right. So it's kind of like a trap.
Yeah,
I think it's the best way I can explain it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because once you get out of that situation, they force you into a whole nother circumstance and environment. So now every single thing that you do from now on, your motives, your ambitions, the way you go about doing things is always being followed by, like you said, that leash on you, whether you have a probation or parole or whether you just have something on your record. I was talking to an old head one time on the streets, and he was just telling me, he was like, I asked him, I was like, yo, what do you think it is? Like, do you think it's income? Do you think it's class? And he said, yo, the one thing it is the little misdemeanors that can't get you these good, like a decent job. So you have people that either aren't working or they're working subpar jobs because of their record. And that goes into your motivation. I'm now motivated to work for this place that I gotta work for maybe $8 or $9 an hour. Whereas someone else had the opportunity to get a job that's paying 13 or 14 or even more than that. In this area it's a little bit more, but if that individual only goes through that lane, through those circumstances, they're automatically like divided within society. It's naturally making a division. We don't have to see race. We don't have to see color. We don't have to see Muslim, your religion or anything. All you got to see is that you have not and they have. You know what I mean? That's the old, like that's the most basic thing that we've done. The have and have not. So they keep you in that line. That's when you get things where people start going back to jail in 4 years. They slip right back into that mentality. And it's like
cycle. You can't help it. You don't know nothing else. You don't know no different. You know what I'm saying? The system's so cold because like I've heard stories of, I know a dude that worked in a casino and I guess something happened where he got pulled over. Something happened where he got pulled over and I don't know, maybe he was drinking or whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't on his work hours, it wasn't on none of them things. Somehow, I guess that thing got back to his job. And they fired, bro. And I'm like, what? Like, but that don't got, like, I don't, to be honest with you, I don't understand. I don't understand what that got to do with me dealing these cards or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make money and the whole thing is the system's so cold. Like the police officer don't even tell you that. Like he not gonna tell you. He might not tell you. He definitely not gonna tell you you gonna lose your job. He not gonna give you none of that. You just gonna one day be at work and then they call you upstairs and they like blah 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 blah, and the whole ish and you might get fired right then and there. Like the other day I got pulled over by a cop and when he pulled me over and he give me the whole ticket, I deal with cops so differently. I don't even have a back and forth with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no conversation with cops. So when he give me the ticket, he tell me, yo, you could rip the thing off, check the I'm guilty part, and then send that in right now, and don't even worry. That's gonna help you out with like so they don't put a warrant out for you. You know what I'm saying? And then you could deal with the money thing later on. Just send that out and then let them acknowledge that you notice it, right? So it happened. I do it just like that. I ain't even had the money, so I did it just like that. They sent a letter to me saying I did that whole thing wrong. You know what I'm saying? And now you only got a day or so, boom, boom, boom. Like when I got the letter, it was like I had the next day to go pay $130 or a warrant gonna go on my arrest. And at this point in my life where, like I ain't gonna hold you, that place has instilled certain type of fear in me, like because of my felony shit. So at this point in my life, I'm not trying to cross paths with a warrant. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to even have none of that. It's gonna mess up any, like that thing holds such a cloud over you, like it just
Like, if I sound paranoid or sound like a certain way, that's all that just system did for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? It made me scared of life. Like, even more scared that when I'm coming out here, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
So is it? So it's like, do you even though you out, you good, you changing your life?
Yeah,
do you still feel imprisoned at times? Like, is it still?
I think that's gonna always be in anybody. I don't even know how you cannot. Like, especially if you done like the young guy Khalif Browder. If Cub was tripping, it was never a point that he was not tripping. You know what I'm saying? And that was when they let him go and said, yo, all this drinks is done. And his life was, like, the way he saw life was over for him. You know what I'm saying? You could say all this, shit Gucci for you now. You good. Immunity or whatever they be giving you. Like, you Gucci now. And then we gonna give you some money too. You just gotta deal with this little time. We gonna give you a couple millions. Right. Like, they was gonna get some checks. Like, if him and his mother had kept, like, that took his mother. The system took him and his mother. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, him first, then the mom dukes. Like, and you could tell, you can't say no one else. His mom was an innocent person just going to go visit him, and she finally just gave up. Like, her life was just over. All them visits, all them times, all them calls in the joint, all them letters you see or whatever, all them times they telling you your son is in solitary after you already done drove 3 or caught on the bus 3-4 hours to go see, cause they like, yo, he in solitary, I'm sorry. Right. I should have called you. They don't even hit you with the I should have called you. Right. He in solitary. That break you down, bro. Like, there was never a point I believed that Khalif was Gucci. Never a point that King Khalif was Gucci. And that's the same way. I'm sure most brothers probably, I don't know, like most brothers that can afford like therapy and all that stuff, they probably get out of it eventually. I don't know. Like, I don't really know how that really goes, but I know that for a person, that regular black dude, black man, that's coming out of the joint, life not going. We already know life never finna be the same for him. Like, he gotta go get this job to go get that expunge, to go even pay for an expunge. And most of the time, them expunge joints be, niggas be talking about $1,000. You be like, what? So, and it goes to kind of what you were saying, right? It's like, yo, they put you through this. I want to go over this part of it. When you going through trial, right? They pay for that. Every time you get on a bus, every time you go to court, they getting paid for that. Holding you until you get sentenced, they cashing out big dollars for that. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of you every time, big dollars. You feel me? And then when they finally let you out, you still gotta pay the system again to even just be Gucci, to get your shit off. And they done made racks off you in jail while you was going to court. Let's say brothers be fighting murder cases for like 2, 3, 4 years. Right. You know what I'm saying? You don't just go to court and boom, shit, you know what I mean? We gotta figure this out. Right. Like, how many times OJ was on that joint, they was cashing out on cuz every single day that they was holding him. You know what I'm saying? He don't care about no expunge shit, but if it was a regular thing, you gotta come out of jail after they cashed out on you. Right. And then go get a job. If you even on the level wavelength that I'm on, because I actually want my shit to be Gucci, I don't want to be having this shit over my head. Like, and I feel like if I could get it expunged, I'm probably gonna be good. Like, I could walk with my chest up a little more. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta go get this jizz out, and I gotta go work my tail off in the system that don't fuck with me anyway. If I slip up on any type of level, you know what I'm saying?
And that's bullshit. I always say it, man. I say it all the time. That's bullshit. Like, I hate that. Like, that's complete and utter bullshit. Facts, man. Like, it should be like, oh, man. Oh boy.
Mass incarceration is the age of color blindness, bro. That's what Michelle Alexander said. You know what I'm saying? And it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even care about, like, man, they see you gonna, like, most of the time when they see you, they looking at you like, it's either, alright, cuz, either got 2 options. He either a felon or he got misdemeanor. Like, I fully don't think they look at you like, yo, maybe he legit, and maybe he a criminal or some shit. Like, I just like, yo, he either a felon or misdemeanor, we could cash out on this immediately. I really think they just look at it like cashing out, constantly cash out, and they violate us in between. You know what I'm saying? And to go on to people that be supporting them system, Walmart used to do it.
Right.
I know they done took all the stores, like you dead ass only got like ShopRite and Walmart. Maybe certain places like in the hood got Pathmark and shit like that, but like Walmart is your store. And they were like, Walmart is a store that's world, like nationwide.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that, like, you could go to ShopRite, but I mean, you might get that good. The deals is at Walmart.
Right.
The deals is there. They support fucking mass incarceration. They could pull out. It's like I heard they pulled out. They could do all that. They were supporting ALEC. You can look up what ALEC is. Supporting mass incarceration for mad long, dumb long. You know what I'm saying? Dumb long. ALEC is a whole nother corporation that be supporting politicians. You know what I'm saying? You watch the 13th, it breaks it all down. Miss Ava is such a blessing.
Are they like a super PAC?
They like a they like a private. I don't even know. Maybe they are.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
They definitely some type of corporation you ain't never heard of. You ain't not even never heard of. Like, you don't see it. There's no way. Like, there's a building somewhere on some Bruce Wayne-ish in the middle of some metropolitan place. Like, maybe, but, and that's where it's at. It say ALEC right there.
Right.
But you don't see commercials. Maybe you do.
ALEC. I've seen that before.
Yep. And then if you look at politicians, like, yo, when you watch the third, you gotta watch the
I have to
like
watch that
4
shit.
times.
It's on Netflix.
You gotta watch that thing like 4 or 5 times just to dive in and really, like, cause that thing affects everything that go on. Like, that is the engine that got America going, that get America boom, boom, boom. That's what they use, especially with the strong, against the strongest people that are around. That's what they're using to take us apart, bro. They're using the fucking jail system to rip you down. If I can't shoot you, I'm definitely throwing that ass in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely throwing that ass in jail. No doubt about it. No. You know what I'm saying? I fully believe. And that, like I said, you know what I'm saying? Just being in the system, those are the things that I sound crazy. Those are the things that, like, make you think. Like, you thinking, like, yo, these fools are out to get us. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to go in, like, most of these dudes be in jails that are gangbangers, and they the ones that be like, they out here hustling, blah blah blah, and now all them times they finally get up in their head like, yo, you know what, this wave is not the one. Right. You know what I'm saying? And them are the dudes that could talk to people that are gang members. You need your gang, regardless for where it was originated, how it was back in the day, because that's where I'm thinking of it. Right. Like, gang was a totally different ish. Right. You know what I'm saying? Before it was Blood and Crip. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And, like, in the jail system, it's a crazy unit, a crazy code that's in there. It may be violent. It's definitely violent, because it's the way if you put a bunch of whatever in a cage, they're going to act a certain type of way. They're not going to be smooth with each other. Right. They're not about to be licking up on it. Maybe some kittens. You know what I'm saying? But I highly doubt that. I think they're going to rumble in that thing at first. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the way they be showing gangland, that's a whole nother, like, the way they be showing jail, because they really need to pull a camera in there, show you how psychs are giving, like, psych doctors are giving these inmates certain psych meds to keep them dumbed down.
That I know firsthand. You know what
like, I know people used to work. I'm a normal person and I was on Seroquel. You know what I'm saying? And if you look up what Seroquel is, that's a psych med. Yes. You feel me? I'm normal. I was never out here doing no wild shit. And they was giving me Seroquel. When I went to the hole, they were giving me Seroquel, putting it in my little orange juice or whatever. And if I didn't drink the orange juice, of course, I'm just going to sit there and nothing else to drink. Right. You know what I'm saying? And those are the things that they need to be recording on them, not gang lanes, but them prison, whatever they call them shows. Those are the things they need. They be showing how they be spazzing in dude face, or dude be throwing a little shit canister at him. Right. Why did he throw the shit canister at him? That's what you need to see. Right. You know what I mean? Just like when they showed the Khalif Browder, black dude had Khalif Browder's face. Had his face on the ground, violate him, like, you know, like, it's just a strong, like, the mass incarceration, it's a strong thing, and most people don't even pay, like, it's so many other distractions out here that most people can't even have time to pay attention to it. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you're funding it every single day. Yeah. You know? It's crazy.
So basically, do your research and find out who it is that you may be supporting. That's, you know what I mean?
It's not recording anymore. The mic isn't picking up any voices.
Oh.
What about this one?
It's just making noise.
This is
probably the batteries are getting low.
This is blinking red and blue.
Yeah, that's dying, but this was
This
still
one is still on.
So you said that?
Yeah, I remember what he was talking about.
So if we
Yo, turn that thing up. Turn that up. Just press it up. We could fix all that. That could be a break. Don't even trip. We gonna work the fuck about it in these joints.
But no, what I'm saying, like, we have to find out what businesses that there are that support or, you know what I'm saying, or profit from prisons. And yeah, like I say, man, if you profit from prison, because that, to me, you're profiting from slavery. If you profit from prisons, so if you profited from slavery all this time, then you really owe us some bread. And the truth is, like that, like I said, we all know people that have been incarcerated, and that's not to say that there are some people who should be incarcerated. Like, hey, dude that murdered 86 people, cutting them up, eating their body. Hey, I want that guy locked up. You know what I'm saying? I want that guy in prison.
But it's just the fact that people start to capitalize off of incarceration.
Right.
That's the whole different story. Yeah. Right. If you break the law, there should be proper rehabilitation. Now, there's a difference between that and you lock these people up because you get the benefit from it, or you get to take them out of their community. Right. And that, in a lot of cases, that
takes away the power, takes
away the father from the household and things of that nature, because we're not really paying attention to the after effects of incarceration. Right. We're not talking about the pre, like, okay, if you commit a crime, you go through the system, you go through it, but once you're in there, it can't be a death sentence. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's you get what I'm saying? Like, it can't be the end of the road for you, or you got to come back out and you got a whole nother different obstacles to go through. Especially since a lot of the people that's being locked up right now is for non-violent crimes. Right. That's another thing people not understanding. When we have things like Rockefeller drug laws and things of that nature, you have mass incarceration. These people ain't out here. Like, it's not murder that's getting people locked up out here. It's not
smoking a dime bag.
It's but, and that brings another into it, because you got big corporation now making money off of the same drugs that kids are going to jail for. And I'm talking about kids like 17 to 23. Those are still kids in that aspect, because, you know what I'm saying? But when you have people at that age going to jail for petty crimes, for drug crimes, nickel diamond, selling, hustling, trying to get money the American way, you know what I mean? And then on the other hand of it, you got these corporations that are making, like, profiting big dollars on it, and sending the wrong message to the community. Right. They're sending the wrong message to the people, because then, of course, I'm gonna go ahead and break the law. That's you ain't following the law. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's making me stop?
It's not that they're not following the law; they're following the laws that were written and created for them. You know what I'm saying? What made for you?
And the Alec thing that he was mentioning before, I'm not gonna give too much on, because I'm not gonna say I know a bunch about Alec, but what they do is they back legislation, they back certain political parties and political candidates. So if you write a law, right, and you are a person in politics that will back this law and will run with this law, then they will give you a certain money to back your campaign. So if you have a major corporation that behind the scenes is giving you millions up to billions of dollars of fundraising, you're going to stand for something that benefits them or the people that's working with them, versus the people that's actually in the community. So when you have these people that's going into jail, it's the kids that going into jail that are funding all of the projects that they're making money from. It's an intricate system of deception. All they trying to do is present you as a violent person, an ignorant person, someone that conforms against the society or can't fit in, or you can't be a productive citizen of society. And then off of that whole mystique, that stigma, they're gonna make a profit off of you, because everyone knows what sells is media. So, I've been sick for a weekend, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah. It's the after effects of incarceration, not just incarceration.
That's the worst part.
Yeah, that shit is. It's definitely
when you get out and have to deal with that shit. Yeah,
the system just cold. I mean, just out there, them fools in there be making garments and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. Of things that people don't see that. It's unfair.
A lot of things that you see that say "Made in America," shirts and all that crap. Jackets.
No, they made in America, all right.
Fools made it up, and I say my kings that's locked up as fools, but dudes be making signs and all that stuff. Like, they got them doing all that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely open up to mass incarceration. Like, not open up to it, but like open your eyes and see what's going on. Like, don't be supporting these shows that's screaming in these kids' faces. Like, all that
That's scared straight bullshit, man.
What they doing to them kids when them shows is off? You know what I'm saying? Like how you what? You making it? You telling me you putting a killer inside a juvenile home to do what? Like you putting some type of image of some killing dude in a juvenile place to try to break some kid down. He's screaming, barking in some kid's face, and you expect him to try. Like you expect, like it's all that's gonna be put in his heart is fear. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying, we need to stop supporting all that and really open our eyes to what's going on in jail. All of us got family. All of us, and we got family members that's calling them global tel links, spending like $2 a minute. You know what I'm saying? Oodles and noodles be costing $1.10 for brothers in there. They're violating people. You know what I'm saying? Violating people, making brothers do all type of fights and ish. Like it's craziness. So I'm just saying, let's open our eyes to the new Jim Crow law. Shout out Miss Alexander and shout out Miss Ava D. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
For sure.
No. Damn, man. No.
Incarceration is a lot of things, man. Listen,
yeah, man. The more you know, you know what I'm saying. The easier, the more knowledge you have on it, man. The easier it is to combat it. And the truth is, if we have to band together to combat the systemic imprisonment of our people. You know what I'm saying? Because basically what they're doing is they're stripping away your identity and taking away your essence of being and simply just making you a number. And that's bullshit, man. Fuck that, man. Whew. I had to get that one out, man. Sometimes just, you know. But I don't know, man. Black code is stay safe, stay woke, and man, watch your back. Because they out there to get you, man. Word up.
They got you already. They gotta escape. They got you already. Gotta escape.
Got you already. You're already in the matrix.
Take the red pill.
Let's get it out.
John said take both pills.
Imagine the mind fuck of that. Wow.
Just another scare tactic, like the creation of ISIS. And we pay the cost, no matter what the price is. No matter what the price. No matter what the price is. No matter what the price. 60% of us live paycheck to paycheck. The aspiration for monetary wealth destroys our spiritual health. Taking our attention off true virtues. Focus on the dollar signs, brainwashed, ignorant to the warning signs. I guess living conscious is a crime.